We know Tara Maclay as the gentle soul of the Scooby Gang, but her story didn't start in Sunnydale. It started in a cold basement in Illinois, facing the business end of a fireplace poker held by her own blood. Witness the moment Sarah Maclay chose magic over silence to save her daughter's future. Eureka, Illinois, 12:30 p.m. Sarah Maclay felt the floorboards of her life finally give away. She had just returned from a round of grocery shopping with her husband, Teddy. She was putting away the groceries and Teddy, instead of helping her, pulled a cold beer from the fridge and strode off to the living room. She didn't see the point in asking him to help put the groceries away. It was enough of a chore to get him to accompany her to the grocer's anyway. She didn't see Donnie, her son. Where was he? She called out. No response. Suddenly, Sarah heard distant sounds from above. Narrowing her eyes, she walked out of the kitchen into the living room where Teddy was watching a rerun of some show. And then she stared up the stairs. She heard a crash from above. She rushed up the stairs. On the second floor, she saw the ladder running up to the attic. Her heart raced. There was something of her mother's in the attic. She had hidden it well. It was important. Her legacy. Sarah ran toward the ladder, then climbed up to find her son, Donnie, and her niece, Beth, in the attic. They weren't just hanging out. They had broken into her mother's old chest, the one Sarah kept locked with both a physical key and a whispered ward. It was supposed to have been hidden away, but Donnie and Beth found it somehow. They had forced it open with the crowbar lying on the floor nearby, sections of the wood making up the chest spread across the floor. Donnie was holding her mother's leather-bound grimoire with a look of pure, cold disgust, while Beth was tossing Sarah's dried herbs and heirloom crystals into a heavy-duty trash bag. "What are you doing?" Sarah's voice trembled, not with fear, but with a rising, protective maternal rage. "Get away from those things. Those aren't yours." The confrontation spilled down into the living room, gathering heat like a summer storm. At the foyer, Sarah was screaming at Donnie and Beth, and at the same time, noticing Teddy sighing before getting off the couch and walking toward them. He didn't defend his wife. Instead, Sarah's yelling trailed off, her eyes locked to the reddening face of her husband as he loomed over her. Teddy revealed the true betrayal. He had known Donnie was scouting the attic for weeks, looking for proof of Sarah's deviance. "You've been hiding things, Sarah," Teddy hissed, his voice thick with a self-righteousness that turned her stomach. "Donnie found the book, and he found the bank book for that account you've been keeping. The witch's gold you've been hoarding while I work myself to the bone." "No," Sarah thought to herself, "that's money my mother left me." But he was only holding the book. Sarah had the card hidden away in her purse. She gulped. She could feel the air getting heated. This was going to get much worse. She could feel it. She needed to grab Tara and leave. They needed to get out of the town. Hell, they needed to leave the state. She could feel Teddy's desire to push harder than he ever had before. When Sarah said she would take Tara and leave, the atmosphere turned lethal. They didn't want her gone. They wanted her broken and compliant. Teddy grabbed her arm, forcing her toward the basement door. "You aren't going anywhere. You're going to hand over that money and you're going to spend your days repenting until that power is squeezed out of you. And if you don't, maybe Tara needs to be sent to that reform school in the woods. See if they can scrub the demon out of her, too." Down in the basement, the air felt cold and damp. Teddy, Donnie, and Beth surrounded Sarah, their faces illuminated by the harsh glow of a single overhead bulb. "I'll kill you," Sarah said, her voice dropping as she opened her hands, revealing her palms. She had spent years suppressing her nature to keep the peace, but the threat to Tara was the final straw. "I'll kill all of you if you lay a hand on my daughter." "Then do it," Teddy challenged, turning Sarah around roughly to face her son. "Do it then, witch." "Demon," Donnie mocked, stepping closer. "You think you're special? You're a sickness, Mom. A parasite." "You're the ones who have sinned," Sarah whispered, her pupils turning a shimmering white as the blue magical energy began to crackle in her palms. "You call me a sinner while you plot to kidnap a child? To steal from your own blood? Surrender yourselves. Or let us go, and I won't have to hurt you." "No," Donnie said, grabbing a heavy iron fireplace poker from the corner and pointing it at her like a weapon. "You're going to sit in this basement, and you're going to sign over that account. You're so unstable lately, Sarah. Everyone in town knows it. If you disappear for a few months of spiritual healing, nobody will blink an eye. Or else, Teddy added, standing behind her, his grip like a vice on her shoulders. Or else I'll decide that Tara is already too far gone to be saved. Maybe she needs the harsh treatment. I'll kill you, Sarah screamed with renewed resolve. Her heart broke as she looked at Donnie. She remembered the little boy whose first words were Mama. She remembered the giggle and the smile as she used to carry him. During his 5th year, Teddy had finally gotten to him, poisoning his mind until the Donnie she knew was gone. You're my son, Donnie. Sarah's voice broke. You're my baby. If you can't kill me, then give up, Donnie sneered. Sarah realized then that there was no middle ground. If she stayed, they would destroy Tara. If she killed them, she'll go to jail and Tara would be lost to the foster system. Will you leave Tara alone? Sarah asked, her hands by her side, her palms facing away from them, a swirling blue ball of energy gathering above her palms. Give us the money and stay in line, Teddy said, and she stays safe. Liar, Sarah thought. I have no family left. No, Sarah whispered. She fired a powered-down magical blast at Donnie's feet. The explosion of blue light sent him flying backward into a stack of old crates. In the chaos, Beth screamed and rushed her, but Sarah grabbed the girl's collar, gave her a sharp, stunning slap, and shoved her into Teddy. Sarah bolted. She scrambled up the wooden stairs, hearing Teddy's roar of fury behind her. She didn't stop to breathe. She grabbed her purse from the side table, snatched Teddy's car keys from the hook, and dove out the front door. She was sobbing as she reversed the blue sedan onto the main road, seeing Teddy sprint onto the porch, screaming curses into the quiet afternoon air. She drove until the image of her home was nothing but a speck in the rearview mirror. Stopping at the side of a country road, Sarah slammed her fists against the steering wheel and screamed, a raw, guttural sound of grief for the son she had lost and the life she was leaving behind. Where do we go? She whispered to the empty car. First things first, take Tara. Sarah screeched to a stop in front of the school. She moved through the halls like a ghost, mumbling a spell that blurred the vision of anyone who looked too closely. She reached the administration office, magically altering Tara's records with a flick of her wrist and a whispered command, ensuring the digital trail went cold. When she reached Tara's classroom, she saw her daughter sitting in the back, looking small and isolated. Sarah knocked on the glass. The moment Tara saw her mother's face, she knew. Mrs. Maclay? The teacher asked, opening the door. There's an emergency, Sarah said, her voice sounding strangely calm. Forget. The teacher's eyes went vacant for a split second as Sarah pulled Tara out into the hall. As they ran toward the car, Sarah explained everything in hushed, frantic tones. They hurried out of the school and into the car. I'm sorry, Mama, Tara whispered as they buckled in. This happened because of what I am. No, Sarah said, gripping the steering wheel. This happened because they are small, cruel people. What we have is a gift, Tara, and today is going to get us to safety. They reached the bus station in a blur. Sarah abandoned the car in the far corner of the lot, throwing the keys inside and slamming the door. She hid the nearby ATM, withdrawing every cent the daily limit would allow from her mother's secret account. At the ticket counter, Sarah used a spark of magic to glitch the security camera above them. 2 tickets, Sarah said to the clerk. On the next bus leaving the state. Anywhere. The man looked at his screen. Bus to Sunnydale, California is boarding right now. Gate 4. We'll take it, Tara said, clutching her mother's hand. As they climbed the metal steps of the bus, Sarah looked back one last time toward the east. The Maclay name was dead to her now. In Sunnydale, they would be someone else. They would be free. To be continued.